whisper every note of the story, to accompany you as you rest. Accompany every moment of relaxation, every slow breath. This story is not meant to scare, but rather to serve as a reflection and a reminder that sometimes danger doesn't always come with a scream. Sometimes it hides in silence. Summer is always considered the most anticipated time for college students. After months of grappling with assignments, exams, and presentations, a long vacation is a reward they've been waiting for. So it was for four friends: Rachel, Ethan, Melissa, and Daniel. The spirited Rachel, the humorous Ethan, the ever-calm Melissa, and Daniel, who often claims to be the bravest of the bunch, decide to spend their holidays in a small town in the United States. It's an old town known for its beautiful scenery, classic buildings, and lively summer festivals. An old Victorian house on the outskirts of town became their home. From the outside, the house looked charming, with its 19th century architecture. However, there was something indescribable about it, a cold, vague aura, as if the walls still held whispers of the past. The first day was pleasant. They wandered around town, laughing, sampling local food, and even getting lost in the hustle and bustle of the festival. But the first night, everything changed. As they were gathering in the living room, the lights suddenly flickered, flickering slowly, before finally going out completely. Darkness enveloped the room, only moonlight coming in through the large window. Long shadows danced on the dull walls, and for some reason, the night felt quieter than usual. They lit a candle, small, wavering light that drifted with the breeze through the gaps in the old windows. It seemed like the only hope to dispel the darkness enveloping the living room. Ethan tried to joke, cracking a silly joke to ease the fear. Their laughter sounded stiff, forced, as if trying to deceive themselves. But the laughter stopped abruptly when Rachel stiffened. Her eyes fixed on the winding wooden staircase leading upstairs. Her voice broke in a shout. There, atop the stairs, a tall, shadowy figure stood. Its body was faint, its face indistinct, only dark, and its eyes seemed to stare straight at them. Rachel's breath hitched, her body trembling violently, but when the others turned, the figure had vanished. Daniel tried to calm her, patting her shoulder as he said hoarsely, "It's just a shadow, probably caused by the candles. Let's not panic, we're here to have fun. Don't let your imagination ruin this vacation." But deep down, they knew what Rachel had seen was no illusion. The following nights became a mini-hell. Heavy footsteps could be heard coming from the attic, over and over again, though none of them dared to go upstairs. Sometimes the door creaked and opened slowly, even though they were sure they had locked it. And every time they tried to sleep, there was a whisper, a faint voice calling their names, like someone whispering in their ears. Ethan, usually the most relaxed and playful, slowly lost his sparkle. His eyes were often blank, his voice soft. One night, he said with a pale face, I saw someone standing beside my bed, a woman, in a shabby white dress. She didn't move, she just stared at me all night." Melissa became increasingly quiet. She often sat in contemplation, staring out the window, as if hearing something no one else could. Sometimes her lips trembled, whispering words no one understood. The third night became the culmination of the terror they had so desperately endured. They had all tried to go to bed early, though the lingering sense of unease never left them. The atmosphere in the old house was increasingly oppressive. The cold air pierced to the bone, even though the summer heat should have kept the nights warm. Just after midnight, the front door suddenly creaked, loud, long, as if someone were gently pushing against it from the outside. They all woke up, staring at each other with pale faces. No one dared move alone, until they finally gathered in the living room. Rachel held Melissa's hand tightly, while Ethan tried to hide his trembling. Daniel, usually the bravest, looked uneasy. Suddenly, one by one, the candles went out on their own. Not because of the wind, but as if something had blown them out from nearby. One candle went out, then another, until only darkness remained so thick, they could hardly even see each other's faces. From the direction of the wooden stairs leading to the upper floor, a sound was heard. Footsteps, heavy, slow, creaking with each step. The sound grew closer, clearer, until they could feel the slight vibrations in the floor beneath their feet. No one dared make a sound. Only their hearts beat so fast, almost in unison. And when the figure finally appeared at the bottom of the stairs, they saw her. A woman with a deathly pale face, her skin a bluish pallor as if rotting. Her eyes were blank, black and devoid of light, staring straight ahead without blinking. Her long hair was tangled in a tangle, and her shabby white dress was torn in several places. She walked slowly but surely down the stairs. Rachel screamed hysterically. The scream cut through all hesitation. Without thinking, they ran out of the house. The front door slammed loudly behind them, as if the house refused to let go of its prey.